Hey YouTube, this is OW Hack coming to you today from my Fireproof account. I figured it was time to do a walkthrough of this account because you've seen a few videos of it leading rallies and the older videos taking rallies because it is a rally trap and was set up that way from the get. But now I'm kind of leaning more towards being a rally lead with this account. So yeah, right now it's sitting at 406 million might, 291 million kills. Let me make sure I'm in talent. Not, okay. Go ahead and put my mixed talents on, and let's go over the gear first. All right, there we go. All right, so I'm doing this pretty quickly, so I'm just gonna go ahead and show the stats of these things, just because pretty interesting. I mean, it's decently even. I mean, I could do a little bit more with the calf, but I'm going to get that up as well soon here. All right, that's my mixed. Let's go with the calf set. Calf set is actually coming along nicely. Just need jewels and to upgrade these last couple of pieces, and it'll be full mythic. I'm pretty close on a couple of those too, so it should be going pretty good. Should be breaking the 600 mark in the next month or so, I guess. Alright, ranged. Alright, right now my range set is hitting for just under 500% at 498. Not much of this is going to be upgraded soon, besides the Dragon Challenge, but that's pretty much the only thing I think is going to be up. Let's go ahead and show the infantry set and its stats. Alright, this one is right at 505. Like I said, I'm working on the gear and the research to get this thing into a decent rally lead, but right now I could still do some serious damage if I decided to rally and we failed. I guess I'll go over these other ones as well. There's my speed gear. My bait gear is actually my familiar gear because people love hitting familiar gear. And my monster gear. Alright, so the next thing I think we'll go over would be research. Obviously, this is a T4 account, so those basic researches are going to be done. I did go ahead and max the first defense tree. Military, of course, all the way down. Monster hunt, getting close to being done. A few more researches before my Sun 5. Upgraded defenses. I did a good bit of this as well. This was before I actually started building this thing as a trap. Wasn't really worried about might at the moment, but it served its purpose. Alright, upgrade military. I'm going through a lot of this, actually. I'm going to probably max this at one point to get that bigger army too. But I have a few other researches I want to get done first. Army leadership. Yeah. Going all the way down. I got the army stats 2 at 9, and I'm going to leave them there for now because these things are crazy. Military command, I didn't really touch much in here. Got the breakthrough so I can get the mythic gear, did some darkness stuff. Eventually I'm going to go ahead and work on these, but not now. Familiars I kind of neglected a good bit before that update came out, but I'm slowly pushing down. Eventually I'm going to unlock pack 4, just so I can go ahead and get those pack 4 familiars for my attacks, familiar battles. Did a good bit just to unlock the 3rd slot. Eventually I'm going to unlock the 4th, because I'm gonna need that for my attacks as well, because I have pretty good setup so far of what I want to do with the familiars. Sigils, I barely touched the sigils really. I didn't do much in here at all. Wonder tree. Now the wonder tree I have been working on. I've gotten just about all of these to level 10. I'm going to be continuing to get these up so I can get these wonder rally sizes up. Like I said, I'm aiming this to be a rally lead, so of course these are going to be very, very, very important in the future. Definitely not now though, because even with my Wonder Rally 1 at 2, it's still can't. It's nothing compared to some of these other guys that are sending 4 mil plus troop. Well, 4 mil troops to rallies and in the forts. All right. I guess the next thing we can go over would be the familiars. Like I said, I got the 3 main stacking attackers unlocked, and also I got this one next. So added it on. Ranged attack there. I got the infantry, just barely up. And I just unlocked the Goblin. Like I said, I was way behind on my familiars, and I've been working on them pretty tough recently. I got these 3, which one of them is Inf attack, next one is ranged attack, and this one's Cav attack. Those are going to be on my wall in my attacks as well. And let's see, where is it? I'm debating whether I want to do Aquarius for the reduction in army max HP, or if I want to do Tipper Stike, so I can stun one of the squads for 8 seconds. That's a pretty decent chunk of a 40-second battle, so I think it might work out pretty good if I can get that done. Alright, next thing I want to check out will be heroes. Alright, yep, we got lower Weevil gold. Next thing I'm going to be pushing the gold will be Berserker. 125 out of 150 for that one. I have all of the free-to-play heroes gold. I got the gold big guy as well. And the path is going to be Berserker and then Stormfox, I believe, because at army max HP and army attack will come in handy. Having her on my wall for defense plus attacks, especially when I'm doing forts. Alright, right now I'm currently in a War Hyper. Still building up some of these to get these to level 25, but right now I can do 2.3 million ore per hour, which is decent. Got a few manners, but mostly infirms at the moment. 452,000 beds. And let's see what else. Yeah, pretty much gonna be it, I think. Alright, yeah, let's go ahead and go over the troops. Right now I'm currently sitting at 6.6 million. And it's basically the rally trap comp. 300 plus T4 each across, and right now 1.8 mil on the T2s across, but I'm going to be pushing that up to probably 2.5 to 3 mil each, just so I can have a little cushion for those multi-rallies, because I'm a little big now, so I'll definitely be getting hit with more multis than solo rallies. Alright, and I guess we can go over a few of my older reports. These are some of the first rallies I've ever taken, and of course I save these things. Like, I was offline this night in my speed gear because I had lost connection while I was at work, so these guys came for me while I was offline. I was sitting in the forest. They hit me with a couple doubles, capped them, of course, and this guy, he's actually kept his name. The other guy changed his name, but as you can see, he's not a pushover at all. This guy has some really nice stats. But nonetheless, I capped him, and I kept going with it. They kept trying. They pardoned in between and kept going with this thing. Like, it was ridiculous once I saw all these reports after I got connection again. This was a couple days later after that fiasco. They came and they sent the leaderless T4, T2 march at me, and that thing barely, it didn't even do any damage to my troops. Almost got through my wall, just barely missed it though. This is an attack I did. This is a rally, actually. I hit this guy blind. I didn't know he had this many troops. I thought he was like 255 million might, so I thought he was a little bit smaller, but he ended up having a decent rally trap comp. We just caught him offline in familiar gear. And it's gonna be hit number 2. I don't have hit 3, I guess. Alright, well, here's another rally that hit me again. I'm not a pushover at all. This guy is insane with his stats. Ended up capping him, and this was part of a double. The next report is going to be the second rally. I randomed, so I countered this one, obviously. But this one I did not counter, and his name, yeah, he's changed his name, I believe, so it's not going to pop up, but he had some very good gear as well. Got a million red deads on that one, which wasn't the best, but it still ended up capping, so I was happy with that result. Here's another rally against me. Yeah, he's still going. All right, you can see from his hunting gear that this guy has some decent stats. I'm sure if you could put this much money into your hunting gear, then your regular gear should be on point. And 572 million kills. He's a definite rally lead. He hits pretty hard. And see, this was part of a quad actually. The other three ended up canceling because he hit first. I was more worried about a one bill that was sending an attack at me, so he came at me with full cav actually, I believe this was, and he hit me in infantry phalanx, and I still wound up capping him even though with the counter. He did a good bit of damage, but I was more concerned about the ranged rally that was coming from the one bill because he was full mythic at that point, so I was trying to catch him more than anything with the counter. And then we got here, I am loving it. He sent the full cav, I believe this was. Yeah, he's not in gear right now, but he has full mythic gear as well. This guy's an excellent rally lead, really cool guy as well. But yeah, no red deads. All right, this is another attack I did, I believe. Yeah, rally, another rally trap comp that we walked into. Didn't know I was hitting people blind this week. I don't know what was going on with that one, but let's see. And I think someone else came and hit them in between our rallies when they saw us rallying him, so we ended up getting the cleanup hit afterwards because they landed theirs in between ours and killed off a bunch of his troops as well. All right, and this is another good one. Lil Bomb. Lil Bomb is full mythic almost, I believe almost. See, he's rocking the Paladin. I had actually lost my leader rallying one of his members. So he came over and rallied me. This is the first rally. I won, I smoked. Yeah, I won this rally, wound up smoking it. So obviously I was pretty hurt, but I still had some fury left and they were coming for me. So this next rally, as you see, I captured leader. Oh, wow. So they sent the second attack at me with more troops this time, and I countered and ended up capping him. Did lose a bit, but that's a good take for a leaderless march. Well, I think that'll be the end of it now. This is OW Hack. I hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I'll talk to you next time.